Montana is a state that values individual property rights, but when it comes to rental housing, landlords still have clear obligations. Montana's habitability requirements are found in the Montana Residential Landlord and Tenant Act, Title 70, Chapter 24 of the Montana Code Annotated. Montana adopted a version of the Uniform Residential Landlord and Tenant Act, but with some modifications that reflect the state's more independent character. The result is a balanced framework that protects tenants without being overly burdensome on landlords. Under Montana law, landlords must comply with all applicable building and housing codes affecting health and safety. You're required to keep the premises in a fit and habitable condition, maintain the structural integrity of the building including roof, walls, floors, and foundation, keep plumbing systems in good working order with hot and cold running water, ensure electrical systems are safe and functional, provide heating facilities capable of adequately heating the dwelling, maintain any supplied appliances in working condition, keep common areas clean and safe, supply working smoke detectors, and provide adequate trash receptacles. Now, Montana's climate plays a huge role in habitability compliance. The state experiences some of the coldest winters in the lower 48, with temperatures in cities like Great Falls and Billings regularly dropping well below zero. Helena, Missoula, and Bozeman aren't much warmer. A functional heating system isn't just a legal requirement in Montana, it's a survival issue. Landlords who let heating systems fall into disrepair during winter months face not only legal liability, but genuine risk of harm to their tenants. Montana's repair process works through a written notice system. Tenants must notify the landlord of the habitability issue in writing, and the landlord has 14 days to make the repair for non-emergency conditions. For conditions that pose an imminent risk to health or safety, like a furnace failure in January, the response must be immediate, and courts will hold landlords to that standard. If the landlord fails to act within the required time frame, Montana tenants have several options. They can pursue damages in court, including rent abatement for the period during which conditions were deficient. They can seek injunctive relief to force the landlord to make repairs. And if the non-compliance is material and affects health and safety, the tenant can terminate the lease after providing appropriate written notice. Here's where Montana differs from more tenant-protective states. The statute does not provide a broad repair and deduct remedy. Tenants generally cannot make repairs on their own and subtract the cost from rent. They need to pursue formal legal channels. This gives Montana landlords more control over who does the work and what it costs, which many property owners appreciate. Montana does allow written agreements where the tenant takes on certain maintenance responsibilities. But as with most states that allow this, the agreement must be made in good faith. The tenant must receive something in return like reduced rent, and the landlord cannot shift core habitability obligations like heating, plumbing, or structural maintenance to the tenant. One unique aspect of being a Montana landlord: the state has a significant amount of rural rental housing that may not be subject to municipal building codes. In unincorporated areas, there may be no local code enforcement office to inspect properties. But that doesn't eliminate the landlord's obligations under state law. The implied warranty of habitability still applies, and tenants can still pursue legal remedies through the courts. Montana's anti-retaliation law protects tenants from adverse action after making a habitability complaint. Landlords cannot increase rent, decrease services, or pursue eviction in response to a tenant exercising their legal rights under the Act. For the full guide to Montana's habitability requirements, visit tenantscreeningbackgroundcheck.com. Subscribe to our channel to stay informed on every state's landlord-tenant laws.